Let your mind soften for just a moment. Tonight, you don't have to solve anything. The blue hammock is already waiting. Let your body settle a little more into the warmth beneath you. Your shoulders can drop, your hands can rest. There is nothing pressing against this moment. Somewhere in your mind, a cottage window appears. You are standing at it, looking out into the dark. Behind you, a fire has nearly gone out. The embers have settled from orange to a deep, quiet red, and the room has grown a little cooler. Outside, the night is thick and still. Beyond the last row of village houses, the land rises and then drops toward the sea. You can't see the cliffs from here, but you know they're there. You've known it all evening, that quiet pull low in the chest. Not a thought exactly, more like a direction. The village is mostly still. A few windows hold their warm amber light. Somewhere across the lane, a pub sign creaks once in the wind, then goes quiet. A thread of laughter drifts through the night, faint and far away, belonging to someone else's evening. You hold a mug in both hands. The warmth in it is mostly memory now. Something sweet and warm, already fading into the cool air. The taste of it is still faintly on your lips. There are things you've been carrying, not new things. These thoughts have been with you a while, quiet and patient, returning the way the water finds its way through stone. Things you've been treating as someday things. Possible things, not yet things. Tonight, something in you has grown tired of waiting. Raven is by the door. She's been there for a few minutes, sitting with that particular patience she has when she knows something is about to move. She isn't asking you to hurry. She is simply there, still and watchful, tail curved around her feet, eyes catching the last of the ember light. Waiting the way certainty waits. You set the mug down on the stone windowsill. You reach for your jacket. The ocean keeps its slow rhythm out there in the dark. Steady, steady. The air reaches you before you fully stepped outside. Cool and sharp, carrying the particular freshness of the Atlantic. As if the ocean has been breathing all day and has saved this breath for now. It wakes something quiet in you, some part of you that recognizes open sky and wide space. Raven slips past you and pads a few steps down the lane, then turns and waits. You pull the cottage door closed behind you. The latch catches with a soft final sound. The lane is narrow between its low stone walls, worn and old, bordered by moss and lichen. The walls come up to about your waist on either side, just enough to line the path, to define it. Your boots find the gravel. The sound rises up, a slow and steady crunch with each step. grounded and physical in all this night. Behind you, the village recedes. The thread of laughter becomes thinner, then disappears into the wind. The warm windows grow smaller at your back. You glance over your shoulder once and see the soft cluster of lights shrinking into the dark hillside like a fading lantern. Then you face forward again. Raven is a few meters ahead, trotting steadily. Her claws tap quietly on the stone before she moves onto the grass at the lane's edge. She doesn't look back with anxiety. She simply moves the way she always does, as if there were nothing complicated about putting one paw in front of the other. The smell of the sea is stronger here, beyond the village. Salt and something beneath it. Damp earth, cold grass, the mineral edge of stone that's been rained on and dried and rained on again for centuries. You breathe it in slowly. Something in your chest loosens by a fraction. Not fixed, not solved, just slightly less compressed. The wind moves steadily down the lane, coming from ahead. It pushes gently against you. Not enough to stop you, just enough to be felt. You keep walking. The lane changes little by little. The gravel softens, gives way to compacted earth, and then to the first rough grass of the open headland. The stone walls continue on either side, lower now. Some of them missing stones where the weather has had its say. The land widens around you as the village falls fully away. And ahead, the dark of the headland opens against the slightly lighter dark of the clouded sky. You can hear the sea now. Not just sense it, not just smell it, hear it. A deep and continuous sound, low and rhythmic. The sound of enormous weight meeting unyielding rock. Again and again. It has nothing to do with your thoughts. It is simply what it is. The sea doing what it has always done, long after this particular night has become unremembered. Something about that steadies you. The waves keep their slow rhythm below. Steady, steady. The path divides ahead, two directions where one has been. The left branch curves back toward the village and the familiar way. The right branch continues along the headland, ascending slightly, moving toward the edge, toward the place where the land ends. Raven has already stopped at the fork. She stands on the right branch, looking out toward the sea, tail low and still, body calm. After a moment, she glances back at you. You feel the familiar pull of the left path, the pull of return, of not yet. And then you feel something else, something smaller and steadier further down. The left path doesn't lead somewhere new. You already know exactly where it goes. You step onto the right branch. Your boot meets the grass of the headland path. and the wind comes at you immediately from the seaside. Firmer out here with no walls to break it. You reach out and find the top of a low stone wall beside you. Rough under your fingers, cold and solid, covered in the fine texture of lichen. You let your hand rest there for a moment. The stone holds. Raven moves forward along the path, and you follow. The cliff-top path is narrow and slightly uneven, worn by countless boots over countless years. The grass along its edges is long and bent by the persistent wind, and the ground is elastic beneath your feet. Turf and soil layered over ancient rock, giving slightly with each step, then pressing back. On your right, a low stone wall runs between you and the edge. On your left, the open headland stretches toward low hills. And ahead, unseen but heard and felt and smelled in every moment, the Atlantic. The roar of it is constant and immense here. Not threatening, not sharp. Enormous, in a way that makes your own size feel appropriate, even welcome. You are small against this. You've always been small against this. Tonight that feels like relief. You walk. Your boots press into the turf. Your breath makes small clouds in the cold air. The wind continues its conversation with the open space all around you. There is something in your chest, a tightness that isn't quite fear and isn't quite excitement, but some honest mixture of both. You're aware of it without trying to change it. You let it be there, the way you let the wind be there. The way you let the sound of the sea be there. Raven is just ahead. She moves with an easy certainty, pausing sometimes to step onto a flat stone and test it, then continuing forward, her dark form steady in the darker night. The pale strip of moonlight finds a break in the clouds. For a few seconds it lights the tops of the waves far below, small flashing strips of white where the water turns over rocks. The clouds close again and the sea becomes dark once more. But in that moment you saw it, the enormous expanse of it, simply continuing in every direction, indifferent and alive. You keep your hand on the wall. The stone is cold and real and textured. Your fingers read it as you walk, feeling the roughness of granite, the occasional softness of moss in a sheltered seam. Above you, the clouds part again, wider this time. A scatter of stars appears sharp and unexpected in the dark sky. You stop walking for a moment and simply look up. The thin slice of moon is visible now, pale and precise. Around it, stars in their dozens. Behind them, stars in their thousands. You breathe. The cold air moves through you from your nose to your chest, clean as anything you've felt in a long time. Your shoulders drop a little. Your jaw softens slightly. The clouds move back in slowly. The stars narrow and vanish, and you are returned to the dark path and the roar of the sea below and the steady wind that has been here the whole time. You walk on. The ocean keeps its slow rhythm, steady, steady. The path curves slightly to the left, following the contour of the headland, and as it does, a stone outcrop rises on the landward side. Grey and weathered, standing maybe twice your height, solid and old. In its shelter the wind drops noticeably. The grass there is slightly longer, less bent by the weather. The ground is worn flat in one small area, a patch where others have rested before. Many others you suspect. Many other people who needed to stop walking and simply be still for a while. And there, in the shelter of the stone, the blue hammock hangs between two low posts, swaying very gently in the softened air. Quiet, waiting, just for now. Raven is already there. She found it before you did, as she finds most things. She stands in the middle of that flat, sheltered patch, looking out toward the sea. When you step into the shelter of the stone, she turns and presses her full flank against your leg. You sit. The ground is cool and firm beneath you, a little uneven, and the grass gives slightly as you settle. You put your hands flat on the earth on either side, palms down, feeling the turf, dense and slightly damp, woven through with the roots of years. The stone outcrop rises at your back, cutting the worst of the wind. You can still feel it moving around the edges, still carrying the sea on it, but it is reduced to something manageable, something you can breathe easily inside. Raven lies down against your leg, warm and settled. You feel her breathing, slow and even. Below and beyond, the sea continues. The sound of it is the same as it has been the whole walk, immense and constant, rolling up the cliff face and spreading across the headland and entering you through every surface your body offers to the night. Your palms on the earth, your back against the stone, your face in the open air. The sound reaches you through all of it, steady as a pulse older than your oldest thought. You sit with it for a while. There is something you've been carrying. Not a single thing, several things, wound together. The life you've been tolerating, and the life you actually want, and the distance between those two things. You've been carrying it so long, the tightness has become familiar. You're aware of it now. You don't have to call it anything. You just let it be there, held but not gripped, present but not in charge. The wind moves around the edge of the stone and pushes past your face for a moment, then eases. The sea below continues. Raven breathes against your leg, warm and certain. You let your eyes close, and in the quiet behind your eyes, one thing rises. Not your whole life, not a plan, just one thing, the next real step. Whatever it is, it belongs to you. You don't have to explain it or perform it for anyone. You just hold it quietly for a moment, and something shifts. Not dramatically, not all at once. Like a stone that has been balanced wrongly, finding, at last, the slight adjustment that lets it rest. The wind on your face is no longer a resistance. It is simply what the air does here at the edge of the land. It moves, it presses, it continues. And you are here within it, and that is enough. You open your eyes. The dark sea stretches out beyond the cliff edge, enormous and unhurried. Its surface catches the faintest light, then goes dark again. The blue hammock sways gently in the sheltered air beside you, back and forth, back and forth, easy and slow. Raven shifts slightly, pressing closer. You let your hands rest in your lap. The night continues without asking anything of you. The wind moves around the stone and out across the headland into the dark. Below, a wave rises and meets the rock and falls back, and another comes behind it. The rhythm of it is endless. The rhythm of it is something you can rest inside. You don't need to figure anything out right now. The step you named is still there, clear and small and true, resting in some quiet part of you. You don't have to keep returning to it. It will be there when you wake. The cold air slows your breath a little, deepens it. Your hands rest. Your shoulders have dropped further. The ground beneath you is solid, made of compressed time, of centuries of rain and stone and growth. It holds you without effort, the way it has held everything that's ever rested on it. Raven's breathing is slow and even beside you. The sea continues far below. The wind is softer now, or you are more used to it, or the stone is doing its work. It moves past you and keeps moving, and you let it. The blue hammock sways back and forth, back and forth. The waves keep their slow rhythm below. Steady, steady. The village lights will be warm and small in the dark when you find your way back. The cottage will hold its quiet warmth for you. But that is later. For now, there is only this. The hollow, the stone at your back, the grass under your hands, Raven warm against your side, the sea below, constant and enormous, doing the only thing it knows how to do. Moving, returning, continuing. The dark horizon holds the sea and the sky together. You can't quite see where one ends and the other begins. That is fine. The wind moves past. The waves roll below the dark. Your hands are still. Your breath comes on its own now, slow and low and unhurried. The blue hammock sways in the sheltered air, back and forth. Your body is heavy now, in a good way. Your thoughts are loosening, drifting apart from each other like clouds moving on a slow wind. You don't have to hold anything tightly. The step you named is still there. The sea is still there. The stone at your back is solid and old and still, and it holds your weight without the slightest effort. Your breath slows a little more. The roar of the waves is far below, constant and soft now, with distance and with sleep. The wind moves past the stone. Raven settles. The dark sea breathes. You breathe. And somewhere between one wave and the next, between one breath and the one that follows, you let it all go. The question, the wait, the waiting. Little by little, gently, into sleep.